everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Speak Easy English with Emily and Tommy, the podcast where we inspire you to improve your English skills and grow your confidence, one word at a time. I'm Emily, your enthusiastic language coach.
Hey everyone, and I'm Tommy, your friendly co-host. Whether you're learning at home, on your way to work, or simply enjoying a quiet moment, we're thrilled to have you with us today.
Today, we're tackling a topic that every English learner can relate to: the power of mistakes.
That's right. Many people think mistakes are something to be avoided. But what if we told you that mistakes are actually the key to mastering English? Or any language?
Mistakes aren't failures. They're stepping stones. They're proof that you're trying, experimenting, and challenging yourself to grow.
In this episode, we'll dive deep into why mistakes are so valuable, share some of our own hilarious language learning mishaps, and give you practical tips on how to embrace mistakes as part of your learning journey.
We'll also break down the most common mistakes English learners make so you'll know you're not alone and learn how to fix them.
By the end of this episode, we hope you'll feel more confident and ready to take on English learning with a whole new mindset.
So, Tommy, let's start with a question. What's one mistake you'll never forget from your own language learning experience?
Oh, I have so many, but one stands out. When I was learning Spanish, I tried to compliment someone's cooking by saying, "It's so tasty," but instead, I said something that meant, "It's disgusting."
Oh no, what happened?
Everyone laughed, but they were kind about it. They explained the correct word, and I never made that mistake again. It was embarrassing in the moment, but now it's a funny memory.
That's such a great example. I had a similar experience when I was learning French. I wanted to say, "I love your food," but I accidentally said, "I love your feet."
I'm sure they were surprised.
They were, but they laughed, and it made me realize how important pronunciation is.
Let's talk about why mistakes are so powerful when it comes to learning English or any language.
First, mistakes show that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. If you're only saying things you already know, you're not growing.
Exactly. Mistakes are also opportunities for immediate feedback. When someone corrects you, or when you realize you've said something wrong, you learn in that exact moment.
And learning through experience is one of the most effective ways to remember something. It's like touching a hot stove. You'll never forget not to do it again.
That's such a good analogy. Plus, mistakes make your learning journey personal and memorable. A mistake might feel awkward at first, but it often becomes a story you'll never forget.
And here's a fun fact. Even native speakers make mistakes all the time. They mix up words, forget grammar rules, and mispronounce things. It's completely normal.
Now, let's highlight some of the most common mistakes English learners make and how to fix them.
A big one is confusing verb tenses. For example, saying, "I go to the park yesterday," instead of "I went to the park yesterday."
Yes, irregular verbs can be tricky, but practicing them in different contexts helps a lot. Another common mistake is using the wrong article, like saying, "I have an idea," instead of "I have an idea."
Prepositions are another challenge. For instance, saying, "I'm good in English," instead of "I'm good at English."
And let's not forget pronunciation. Words like thought, though, and tough can be confusing. Listening to native speakers and practicing out loud can make a big difference.
Also, be careful with direct translations. For example, in some languages, you say, "I have 20 years to talk about your age," but in English, it's, "I am 20 years old."
These are just a few examples, but remember, every mistake is an opportunity to learn.
Now it's time for one of my favorite segments, funny language learning stories from our listeners.
We've got some great ones this week. One listener wrote in to say they once told their boss, I'm sorry, I can't come to work tomorrow. I have a hangover, when they meant to say, I have a headache.
Oh no, that's a big difference. Another listener said they accidentally told their teacher, I love you, instead of, I like your class.
These stories remind us that mistakes are normal and often hilarious.
Exactly. So, to everyone listening, don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're part of the adventure.
Before we wrap up, let's share some tips for how to handle mistakes with confidence. 1. Pause and breathe. When you make a mistake, don't panic. Take a deep breath and keep going. 2. Repeat and correct. Say the correct version out loud right away to reinforce it in your memory. 3. Ask for clarification. Don't hesitate to ask someone why your sentence was wrong. 4. Keep a journal. Write down your mistakes and review them regularly to see your progress. 5. Celebrate your effort. Every mistake means you're trying, and that's something to be proud of.
And remember, progress takes time. Be kind to yourself and enjoy the process.
All right, friends, we want to hear from you. What's the funniest or most memorable mistake you've made while learning English?
Share your story in the comments or message us. And don't forget to say, I'm proud of my mistakes because they help me grow.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's also learning English.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, mistakes are your secret weapon to success.
Until next time, stay curious and keep growing.